the following artist with us, formerly of Curtis, originally of Curtis.
Liar!
Yeah, apparently. Has been living in BC for the last 8 years-ish. And she's here for a month, and the first thing on her agenda was to come and perform here at Stuttering John's. So please, give a very warm welcome to Stacey Fernandez.
Oh, you're not kidding about the light. Okay, can you guys see me better now?
We can hear you.
So, just before I start, I want to be clear, everybody in the audience, I get really uncomfortable when people are staring at my chest. So if you could please ask your girlfriends to stop, I would appreciate it. Okay, so when I was younger, my mom set me up on a blind date with this guy named Colin. I don't know why she didn't think a guy with like 2 front teeth, a lumberjacket, and work boots wouldn't remind me of my dad. But I may have got out of his truck and gone into Burger King with him if he'd been wearing pants. You know, my standards aren't that high, but... So, dating, I kissed a lot of frogs before I found my pimp. And my husband actually used to be my boss, so that's like a demotion on his part. But he was really, really romantic. When we got engaged, he threw my engagement ring to me overhand. The joke's on him, though, because he thought engagement meant I would engage in cooking, cleaning, and random sex acts. Okay, maybe the cleaning for like $25. Because he wasn't born in Canada, he was born in the Philippines, he wanted to go to Ottawa for our honeymoon. Now, the Chateau Laurier is really nice, but it's not too fun to watch Chrétien walking into Parliament to screw me when I wasn't getting screwed on my honeymoon. Forever I thought the GST stood for goddamn screwing tax. So when we got home, we bought a new house. We went to IKEA to buy a new bed. For those of you who don't know, IKEA is Swedish for let's have a fight putting this cheap shit together. So when we were there, we should have bought a couch too, so he had somewhere to sleep after he got my bed put together. That's my mom laughing, in case you guys wonder where all the sound effects is coming from. Give her 3 beers and she can go all night. No, seriously. So because we're irresponsible and mature and irresponsible, we decided we should reproduce. So now we have 13-year-old Ethan and 9-year-old Tenzin. When Ethan was in grade school, his principal called me one day and said, "Oh, you know, I had to have Ethan in my office today. Him and his friends were calling each other douchebags." And he stayed after and said, "Well, what's a douchebag?" And she's like, "Go home and ask your mom." I'm like, "You're the one with the PhD in education. You tell him what a douchebag is." So when he comes home and asks me, I'm like, "A douchebag is the purse your dad bought for his ex-girlfriend." But you know what? Not to be outdone, my 9-year-old Tenzin, when he was about 3, started calling himself a son of a bitch. It took me a while to realize I should be offended. So he wouldn't stop, so I threatened to wash his mouth out with soap, and he wouldn't stop. So I put a little bit of dish soap on his mouth. His response, "What the fuck did you do that for? I didn't get an ivory baby after all." But when they get to be too much and my husband annoys me like husbands do, I send him out to get something that doesn't exist, like vanilla-scented tampons. He looks for about 20 minutes before he gets the courage up to ask the 17-year-old stock boy who yells across the store, "Do we got any vanilla-scented tampons?" And the old bank cashier, she gets a good chuckle out of that one. And then, when I really can't have enough, I decide to go clubbing. And because I live in Vancouver, there's some good places to go. But one of the places charges a $25 cover charge. And you guys know I made that money cleaning the house, right? So it's not going easy. So this like buff lesbian comes up, she's gonna like frisk me, pat me down. I'm like, I earned this $25. I want that guy with the loaded guns feeling. But that didn't happen. And it's one of those too, like, you almost want to get arrested when you're done clubbing, because by the time you wait for a taxi in the downtown east side of Vancouver, it's like, I'll take the misdemeanor charge and get home earlier. But anyway, I guess you guys have heard enough of my bitching and complaining, and my bra's digging into me, so I gotta get out of here.
Excellent. Stacey Fernandez, everybody.